Hey everybody, how you doing? On my most recent video I uploaded, I got a request to kind of go over a lot of my non-illusion clickies. So most of the clickies that you see all across the board, all across these two right here, actually not most of them, but all of them are illusions except for Brace of the Shadow Hive. That's my shrink illusion. But all of these are just illusion clickies that I've got down here. I could make it easy and I could put, my armor clickies and stuff like that on there, but I just don't ever really use them enough to make it that big of a deal. So I just want to kind of go over the different regular clickies that I use on my rogue. And, bear in mind, a lot of the equipment that I'm using is not top tier. Most of the stuff that I'm using is either like mid to low tier Claws of Ishan and low tier Terror of Lucklin. I don't really have any end game weapons. I've got a couple of the end game daggers from Claws of Ishan, but I don't have any recent. I don't have any recent gear from Terror of Lucklin. Pretty much everything I'm using is mid to low tier. My hit points and stuff like that aren't even anywhere near the high tier because I don't have most of my gear decked out with the best augments either. So, just something to keep in mind. I just want to show the different clickies that I use. The first one that I use is on this charm piece right here. It is Geomantra, that is 25. Yeah, so that's one of the clickies that I use. I would use the one on this charm piece, but this one is this one is Geomantra 24. So that's a little bit lower end. I use this clicky on my bow, which is Prismatic Ward 20. Let's see here. I use the clicky on my shoulder piece, which is Myrmidon skill 11. Increases, your chance of your dodge skill succeeding. My chest piece has a really useful buff on it that whenever I'm engaged in a fight, it's got a really long cooldown timer, 10 minutes, but whenever I'm engaged in a fight, I can right click it, it's an instant cast. I automatically hit my target for 446,000 damage, and then increases my melee damage by 12,500 for up to 50 hits. So my next 50 hits are basically just going to be double damage. Really useful clicky. This is another one of my low end pieces. It's my back piece. The clicky on it has illusionary spikes 23. Belt piece, expanding mind. I mean, that's not really useful for me because all it does is it gives you an alternate advancement point that increases your mana pool by 1900. Not really the best for me, but and by not really I mean not at all. The second most important piece that I use is my leg item. There is a clicky on it that gives me a poison that I can put on my character. They can proc up to 60 times. It's currently one of the highest poisons that you can put on your character for a rogue. So I'll clap that on my rogue and automatically he's doing, a whole lot of extra damage. There's Knowledge of the Past. Clicky on one of my rings, which will increase hit point regeneration, mana regeneration. It's, it's decent for what it is. Let's see here. Next clicky is on my... Not that. Next clicky is on my other ring, which is Form of Defense 28. Increases my armor class by another 155. Seeing as there's still technically a soft and a hard cap for AC, and I know that they just increased that recently, that's pretty good. I mean, it helps a little bit. Since I'm already a rogue and I'm already squishy, I'm wearing chain armor and not plate armor. It's pretty helpful. And then there's another clicky up here on one of my earrings, which is Might of Stone 13. Increases attack power by 200 points. Super useful. This is another one of the windows that will give you just kind of a brief overview for what my stats look like and the additions that I have. Accuracy, avoidance, stun resist, strike through. All of these have a hard cap. And as you can see, for most of them, I'm not really anywhere near the cap on any of them. So This window shows you like your heal amount, clairvoyance, luck, and stuff like that as well. So, but anyways, back to clickies. Let's see here. We've got the next one is my mask, form of endurance, which I'm pretty sure is pretty much the same thing that I have on one of my other clickies. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Pretty much all the items you have like clicky abilities on them now. Form of endurance increases maximum hit points by 2200. There's Delusion Guard, which is on my neck piece. Increases attack speed by 8% and ability your hit point regeneration by 8. Another really good. The main reason that is so good is because that stacks on top of your other haste perks. You still have a hard cap for haste. I think the highest you can go is 206. You're welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but that gets you up to 206% haste. So you can have Bard speed. Then there's like Enchanter and Shaman and Beast Lord speed. And those, I think those three don't stack at all. So I think the only things that stack are Bard haste, clicky haste, like this, and spell haste. Again, you're welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it was back in the day. And the last one I have is Might of Stone. It's the same thing that's on this other one. So, same thing, no additional boost there. Just wanted to give a kind of a brief overview for some of the different clickies that I use. I have some other ones that I can use also that give additional perks. Some of the other abilities that you see up here or some of the other boosts that you see up here are from illusions. Some of the more recent illusions started adding like hit point boosting, fortitude, haste, stuff like that. Like this Visage of the Fade Art Forest Guardian gives you a levitation boost. There is this illusion from the Burning Lands expansion. This one gives you, it says benefit greater Jan. It's an additional thorns, basically. It's another damage shield that you can stack on your character. A lot of the old school illusions, like Crown of Deceit, which is like illusion, Wood Elf and stuff like that, all they do is just change your illusion. They don't give you any sort of a damage shield boost. Some of these, I think, like the old school Fire Elemental Illusion, I think that one back in the day used to give you a damage shield also. Let's see here. Yep, also provides you with the Shield of Flame that harms those that attack you. So a lot of these other items that I'm using, they're just illusions, but some of them also give you additional boosts. But most of them are strictly just because I think they look really cool. But yeah, some of the other illusions that you'll see here, even the ones on the marketplace, some of them have additional boosts. They might give you additional mana regeneration, hit points, something like that. We have like the Visage of the Ice Golem. I don't think I clicked that off fast enough. There's Visage Ice Golem. There's also Visage Crystal Golem. I don't really use that one that often because I'm not too big of a fan of the way that one looks. Kobold King. Yeah, I don't think any of these illusion items really give any boosts though. There are some boosts that you'll get for having these like these lesser pets. They're basically like little minions that will follow you around. I don't know where mine... Oh, there he is. Little Earth Elemental dude. Increases maximum hit points by 400 and hit point regeneration by 5. Then there's like Familiar of Valak the Cruel. That one doesn't really give you any sort of a boost. Let's see here. Then there are these non-illusion... Well, I guess they're kind of illusions, but they don't really change the way your character looks. There are these nimbuses that you can activate now that basically just give you like additional auras around your character. Like this Nimbus of the Riftseeker. It gives you like a fiery ground that you walk on, and it also shows like ice and rain and stuff around you. There's one for Rainkeeper, which kind of makes it just look like it's raining around you. Those don't provide any buffs to me, but they just look cool. I think that's basically it for ability clickies that I use. There are some abilities that I might use that are like alternate advancements, which I'm still missing like 15,000 AAs. Bear in mind I have 41,000, but I'm still missing like 15,000 because, see here. So these are the different abilities that I can like activate to do something different. Twisted Shank, that's what all the stuff I have down here on this buff bar is for me. A lot of these are just different abilities that I can activate that you'll either get through AAs or you'll get through skills for leveling up. I don't even have any of the 115 to 120 skills, which I could probably be doing a whole lot better damage. I just need to go through and get those. But yeah, anyways, that is what some of the clicky, or I guess most of the clickies that I end up using, that's what most of them look like. They're honestly just minor buffs for the most part. None of these would really make or break my ability to do what I'm doing whenever I'm just killing these old monsters. They would probably make a lot more of a difference in the end game for me. Because a lot of these I don't even have augments completely decked out on my slots. And a lot of the augments that I am using, they were low end, not Claws of Ishan, but the expansion before it. I don't know why I can't think of it. So most of the augments I'm using are 2 or 3 expansions old. And the gear that I'm using is like barely tier 1 Terror of Lucklin. So there are probably much better buffs. There are probably better ways to go about it. But somebody asked to see what I'm doing, and this is what my character and my ability bar looks like. Everything that you see across the bottom right here and on the side, these are all just illusions. And bear in mind, I'm still missing quite a few, so eventually we might have a third bar here for different illusions. I don't even need these at all because illusions last 33 hours. I just like having it there because I like reminding myself how many I've collected so far. So anyways, guys, that is it for now. Short video. I hope that it helped explains the dude who asked. I hope that explains the different clickies that I use. There's quite a few. But anyways, talk to you guys in the next one.